Alright, hello, my name is Seijas. Today I'm going to be giving you a presentation over 4D printing and what the future is going to be like with it. So, what I'm going to be talking about today is going to be the brief history of 3D and 4D printing and how they're related, why people should 4D print or consider 4D printing, the applications and the benefits of 4D printing, and then the future of it, and I'll wrap that up with my conclusions. Okay, so first off, what is 3D printing? 3D print is constantly repeating a 2D print layer over and over on top of each other. Now, the history of 3D printing is, in 1981, Hideo Kodama publishes his account of rapid prototyping systems using photopolymers. So, he would build products, or he would want to, using light, and the light will solidify the polymers and make it react in certain ways, and it will build itself essentially. In 1984, Charcoal invents stereolithography, which lets designers create 3D models using data, and 3D models are obviously incredibly important when 3D printing and 4D printing. In 1992, 3D Systems created stereolithographic apparatus, the SLA machine, and this machine fabricates complex parts layer by layer at a way quicker rate than older 3D printers did, or at least at that time. So that was 1992. So essentially since the 80s, we have been improving on our 3D printing technology. So right now it's the best it ever has been. Now, what is 4D printing compared to 3D? The extra dimension would actually be considered time. So a 4D print is still 3D printed, but it transforms over time. The way it does this is using smart materials, and these are materials that can transform over time when exposed to different triggers. And these triggers can be anything such as heat, light, water. There's a bunch of things it can react to. So, why would someone 4D print? The best example is this picture right here, I think. If your printer is not big enough to print the part you want, you can 4D print it into a smaller section and then pull it out of the machine, and it will transform into the regular shape over time. See, this is an 87% reduction in size, but it's the same exact part. 4D printing is useful because you can have parts that will adapt to their surroundings. Instead of having to micromanage everything, you could maybe develop smarter products that can just fix themselves. And they can all, 4D prints can achieve complex shapes that some 3D printers can't. 4D printing is going to develop these 4D materials, or these smart materials, further. And there's a huge possibility of things we can do with those materials. I'll talk about that on the next slide. There's a lot of things you can do with 4D printing, obviously. Everyday uses, such as self-assembly furniture, in case you're tired of building whatever you buy from IKEA. And like I said in the past slide, a part that can adapt to surroundings, we can have piping systems where the pipes will actually adjust their own diameter depending on the flow rate inside of it and the pressure levels within the tubes. So that would be incredibly useful because people don't really have to micromanage those systems a lot, and they can last longer. You can use 4D printing when printing in extreme conditions. So they were talking about doing it in the space station. So in space it'd be good because it can build shelters, walkways, and stuff without having to expose people to the dangerous elements of space. This right here is actually a chainmail that was 4D printed by NASA, so astronauts can wear it to protect themselves from debris. But 4D printing can also be used in smaller scale things such as the medical industry. They're thinking of making stents. Stents is something that you put inside a blood vessel to keep it open from collapsing. So if you have a stent and you make it super small, you can shoot it through someone's blood vessel, and then when it gets to the right part, it can actually open up and support the vessel, which is super useful. A lot of people are looking into biological research right now for 4D printing, specifically right now Harvard's Wynn Institute. So my final thoughts on 4D printing, it's extremely beneficial, and it would help a lot, but we don't have that much technology for it right now. So it's pretty expensive, and it's not available to many people or organizations. There is a lot of research being done, such as MIT's self-assembly lab, and I think they're actually working with self-assembly, obviously things that self-assemble. Harvard's Wyss Institute for Biologically Inspired Engineering, that's, as I said, they're looking into the stents and how 4D print can benefit us biologically. The University of Wollongong, that's in Australia. So what do I think about 4D printing? I think one day it will be great, but it won't be used that much until it is convenient to use it. But I think 4D printing is incredible. So here's where I would ask questions. No questions. And here am I, we're excited.